Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Booming with Bella. I am your host, Bella Lainez. Today's episode, really quick, I just want to go over the 2026 Grammy nominations. They just got released earlier this morning and I haven't looked. I've been staying off social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all of the above. I mean, I saw some of them kind of inevitably. I didn't go through all of them yet and I want to with you and give you my live reactions and maybe like predictions. We're gonna go through. Before we get into the episode, I just wanna remind you guys to make sure you are following at Booming with Bella on all social media. And if you are watching on YouTube, subscribe, like this episode, comment down below, actually respond to this video and let me know your thoughts. And if you are listening, make sure you are following or subscribing wherever you are tuning into this episode. Give Booming with Bella 5-star ratings to help push out to more people. Okay, now let's dive in. So the first one on the list is Record of the Year. DTMF by Bad Bunny, Man-Child by Sabrina Carpenter, Anxiety by Doechii, Abracadabra by Lady Gaga, Luther by Kendrick featuring SZA, The Subway by Chappell Roan, APT by Rosé and Bruno Mars, and Wildflower by Billie Eilish. I feel that this has to go to Debí Tirar Más Fotos. The only one that I could see maybe coming in second is Luther. Just because as popular as the rest of these songs were, I just don't know. I don't know if any of them were as big as Debí Tirar Más Fotos and maybe Luther even, or had the impact that both of those songs did. If it were me making the decision, I would give it to Debí Tirar Más Fotos, but I'm a Bad Bunny fan, and if it were up to me, he would be sweeping. So, I don't know. But yeah, that is my thought. Category 2, Album of the Year. We have Debí Tirar Más Fotos, Bad Bunny. Swag, Justin Bieber. Okay. Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter. Let God Sort 'Em Out by Clips, Pusha T, and Malice. Mayhem by Lady Gaga. GNX, Kendrick Lamar. Mutt, Leon Thomas. Chromacopia, Tyler, the Creator. Swag? Really? Justin Bieber's album had some good songs, but I wouldn't select it over even Let God Sort 'Em Out or GNX or even Mutt. Like, I would not select Swag or Man's Best Friend over that, unfortunately. Out of all of these, my vote would be going to Debí Tirar Más Fotos. I do think that Let God Sort 'Em Out, Mutt, GNX, Chromacopia, and I liked Mayhem, but I don't go back to it often. I liked some of the songs off Swag and some of the songs off of Man's Best Friend, but I don't think anything, it's just so hard for me to see anything touching what Bad Bunny did with Debí Tirar Más Fotos this year. So alas, moving on to category 3. Song of the Year, Abracadabra, Anxiety, APT, DTMF is number 4, Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters, Luther, Man-Child, and Wildflower. I would say Debí Tirar Más Fotos again, but my second and thirds would either be Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters and Luther. The only thing is, like, with Golden is that's been really, really big, like the second half of the year. Debí Tirar Más Fotos and Luther have been big the whole year. So I don't know. Best New Artists. The nominations are Olivia Dean, Cat's Eye, The Marias, Addison Rae, Somber, Leon Thomas, Alex Warren, and Lola Young. The Best New Artist category was so stacked last year, and I don't know, these, like, I've never listened to Somber, so I guess I can't really speak. I mean, I was tuned into the whole TikTok drama, and I like an Addison Rae song or two, but I don't know, man. I would have to go with Olivia Dean, but I feel like she just started popping off again in like September to now. So I don't know if that'll strengthen her Grammy campaign. But other than that, I would say Leon Thomas or The Marias. But I feel like if I were to pick Leon Thomas, just because of how long he's been in the industry and like now he's finally getting a moment, that's what I would do there. It's a tough one. Producer of the Year, non-classical, we have Van Auerbach. Apologies for my mispronunciation. On songs like, he's on songs that I actually don't know, but they look like rock songs. Cricket, who was on Abracadabra, APT, EOMG, Disease, Big Sleep, which is The Weeknd, A Little More, which is Ed Sheeran. He's on a couple Gaga songs, and Red Terror, which is also The Weeknd. Third nomination is Dijon, who's on Justin Bieber's album. And I do think it was a really nicely produced album, so. After that is Blake Mills, who I actually don't recognize any of the songs that he's on, and Soundwave for GNX. So I would go between Soundwave or Dijon, if it were me making the calls, but you know what? It's not, so. Songwriter of the Year non-classical nominations are Amy Allen, who's on songs like Tears, Man-Child, Hail Mary, Just Keep Watching, a couple others. Edgar Barrea, who's on Birthday Behavior, Se Vato No Te Queda, Me Jalo, Milagros, Soltera, Sígame Besando Así, Una Noche Contigo, so Latin songs. Jessie Jo Dillon, who's on mostly country songs, such as Bless Your Heart, Dreams Don't Die, First Rodeo, If You Were Mine, and To the Men That Love Women After Heartbreak. Then the fourth nomination is Tobias Jesso Jr. He's credited on a lot of songs from Justin Bieber's album Swag, as well as Man I Need and Golden Burning Sun by Miley. The last nomination is Laura Veltz, songs like About You, Grand Bouquet, and You'll Be Okay Kid from Demi Lovato's Child Star documentary. I would probably pick Tobias Jesso Jr. or Amy Allen. Best Pop Solo Performance. We have Daisy's Justin Bieber, Man-Child Sabrina Carpenter, Z's Lady Gaga, The Subway Chapel Roan, and Messy Lola Young. I might give this to Bieber. I would either give this to Bieber or Sabrina, I think. I love Lady Gaga, but I just don't know if this latest album did it for me, you know? Daisy's I have listened to a couple times, and obviously Man-Child was an instant hit. So I would do those two. I actually don't know if I've heard The Subway by Chapel Roan, so that's kind of why I'm not selecting it. And Messy by Lola Young, I got sick of that song real fast, no offense. I'm not selecting that one. Best Pop Duo Group Performance. We have Defying Gravity by Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters. Gabriella by Cat's Eye, APT, Rosé, and Bruno Mars. 30 for 30, SZA and Kendrick. I love that song, but I do think that this would go to either Rosé and Bruno Mars, K-Pop Demon Hunters, or Defying Gravity. If I had to pick, Defying Gravity. Best Pop Vocal Album. Swag, Justin Bieber. Man's Best Friend, Sabrina Carpenter. Something Beautiful, Miley Cyrus. Mayhem, Lady Gaga. I've Tried Everything But Therapy, Part 2, Teddy Swims. I feel like Ceremony Night, this could go to Bieber or Sabrina. If I was selecting, I liked Miley Cyrus's album, and I really liked Teddy Swims' album, but I think I had the strongest reaction actually when listening to all of these to Teddy Swims' album. So I would choose his. So for Best Dance Electronic Recording, we have No Cap, Disclosure, and Anderson .Paak. Victory Lap, Fred Again, Skepta, and Black Boy Max. Space Invader, Kaytranada. Voltage, Skrillex. End of Summer, Tame Impala. I think that I would give this to Victory Lap. Either Victory Lap or Kaytranada would be my two. Best Pop Dance Recording is Bluest Flame, Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco, Abracadabra, Lady Gaga, Midnight Sun, Zara Larsson, Just Keep Watching, Tate McRae, Legal, Pink Panthers. I'm between Bluest Flame and Midnight Sun for this. I really liked Bluest Flame. I feel like Zara deserves this. I would be between those two. Following that, we have Best Dance Electronic Album. I don't think I've listened to 10 Days and Fancy That, Pink Panthers, but the others on here I have not listened to. And same with Best Remix Recordings. And following that, we have Best Rock Performance, Best Metal Performance, Best Rock Song, Best Rock Album, Best Alternative Music Performance, Best Alternative Music Album. I did listen to Sable Fable by Bon Iver and Don't Tap the Glass. If I were to pick, I would give Best Alternative Music Album to Don't Tap That Glass, as much as I love Bon Iver. I don't want to speak on those categories because I have one that I've listened to, so I would give it to that, but who knows, maybe the other ones are good, I just haven't listened to those genres. When I listen to rock music, I'm mostly in the Latin rock sector or classic rock, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. I haven't really broken past the 2010s yet with rock music, so I'm not there yet. One day I'm sure I will be, but I'm still very much stuck in the past when it comes to rock and alternative music. Then we get to R&B. Best R&B Performance. We have Yukon, Justin Bieber, It Depends, Chris Brown featuring Bryson Tiller, Folded, Kalani, Mutt, Leon Thomas. This is the live from NPR's Tiny Desk. Heart of a Woman, Summer Walker. I cannot give it to Folded. Folded is just such a good song. Oh my god. If I had to, close second, Mutt Live, because it's live. Also a really good song. If I'm making the choices, Folded. Best traditional R&B performance. Here We Are, Duran Brennar, Uptown Lala Hathaway, Love You Too Ledesi, Crybaby SZA, and Vibes Don't Lie Leon Thomas. I'm going Leon Thomas for this one. Best R&B song. Folded, Heart of a Woman, It Depends, Overqualified, and Yes It Is. Again, I gotta go Folded on this. Best progressive R&B album, we have Bloom, Duran Brennar, Just Brightness by Lal. Sorry if I said that incorrectly. Love on Digital, Destin Conrad. Access All Areas by Flo. Come As You Are, Terrence Martin and Kenyon Dixon. Ooh, at first glance, I didn't think that I've listened to a bunch of these, but I have. I really liked Love on Digital. Access All Areas I liked, but I think I'm gonna have to go Come As You Are. I really love Kenyon Dixon. I've been listening to him for years. I just think his albums are always so conceptually like cool. He's experimental with like the sounds that he creates, and so I'm gonna have to go with that one. I'm gonna have to go there. Best R&B album, Beloved, Giveon, Why Not More, Coco Jones, The Crown, Ledisi, Escape Room, Teyana Taylor, or Mutt, Leon Thomas. I really liked Escape Room, but I just felt like for every song there was also an interlude of someone talking, and it got to the point where it was like, okay, someone talking, song, someone talking, song, someone talking, someone talking, song. Like, it just felt like there was more interludes than there was actual music. That's not to say like the whole idea was terrible, but I don't know, there was something with this one. I don't know. I didn't love it as much as I thought, or as I was expecting to. I really liked Coco Jones's album. I liked Giveon's, even though the messaging was difficult, knowing the context behind what happened in real life with his relationship. I'm gonna have to go Mutt. I really, really like that album. I love what Leon Thomas is doing, and I'm glad that he finally like wrote an album for himself, and I'm gonna have to go Mutt. Best rap performance. Outside, Cardi B, Chains and Whips, Clips, Pusha T and Malice, Anxiety, Doechii, TV Off, Kendrick Lamar, Darling I, Tyler the Creator. I'm gonna have to go TV Off. I am gonna have to go TV Off. I love TV Off, and I'm gonna have to go, yeah. Best melodic rap performance. Proud of Me, Friday featuring Meek Mill, Wholeheartedly, JID featuring Ty Dolla $ign and Black, Luther, Kendrick Lamar and SZA, We Madge, Terrace Martin and Kenyon Dixon featuring Rhapsody, Somebody Loves Me, Party Next Door and Drake. I'm gonna have to go Luther. Best rap song. Anxiety, The Birds Don't Sing, Sticky, TGIF, or TV Off. Now I would say TV Off, but it has to be The Birds Don't Sing. The way that song made me cry for people I don't even know, a story that I've never heard before, that song deserves it, 100%. Best rap album, Let God Sort 'Em Out, Clips, Pusha T, Malice, Glorious, Glorilla, God Does Like Ugly, JID, GNX, Kendrick Lamar, and Chromacopia, Tyler the Creator. This is a stacked list. Top 3, GNX, God Does Like Ugly, and Let God Sort 'Em Out. I probably listen to JID's album, God Does Like Ugly, more than Let God Sort 'Em Out. But I feel like Let God Sort 'Em Out should win this. As much as I like GNX and as much as I like God Does Like Ugly, I think just like Let God Sort 'Em Out was just such a good body of work. Like so different of what we were used to at the time when it just came out, and it like just grabbed people in. I would have to go that one. It's really kind of sad, but it's really good. This is poetry, jazz performance, jazz vocal album. Unfortunately, I've listened to like a couple new jazz, but I haven't fully dived into new jazz genre. I've listened to old, but not new. So again, these are stuff that I don't want to like start harping on. Jazz instrumental album, jazz ensemble album. I'm actually probably gonna go listen to these. Latin jazz album, alternative jazz album, instrumental albums, musical theater albums. These are things that I don't know. Okay, now we're in the countries. I can kind of talk about this. Best country solo performance. Nose on the Grindstone, Tyler Childers. Good News, Shabuzi. Bad As I Used to Be, Chris Stapleton. Never Lie, Zach Top. Somewhere Over Burrito, maybe? Anyways, by Lainey Wilson. I've listened to Good News, so I would do Good News by Shabuzi. I remember like people really like Zach Top, so like I wouldn't be surprised, I guess. And Chris Stapleton, but that is from the F1 movie, so like I don't know if that would be the pick over some of these. Best country duo group performance. A Song to Sing, Miranda Lambert and Chris Stapleton. Trailblazer, Reba McEntire, Miranda Lambert and Lainey Wilson. Love Me Like You Used to Do, Margot Price and Tyler Childers. Amen, Shabuzi and Jelly Roll. Honky Tonk Hall of Fame, George Strait and Chris Stapleton. I feel like I'd go to that one. I would probably give it to Trailblazer or Amen. Best country song, Bitin' List, Tyler Childers, Good News, Shabuzi, I Never Lie, Zach Top, Somewhere Over Laredo Again, Lainey Wilson, and A Song to Sing, Miranda Lambert and Chris Stapleton. The only thing different is A Song to Sing. I would probably go, I guess again, like Good News. Those are the only ones I know. Best traditional country album. This is the category that they just introduced. Best traditional versus best contemporary country. Right. Anyways. The nominees are Dollar a Day, Charlie Crockett, American Romance, Lucas Nelson, Oh What a Beautiful World, Willie Nelson, Hard-Headed Woman, Margot Price, Ain't In It for My Health, Zach Top. I have actually not listened to a single one of these, so I can't say anything. Best Contemporary Country Album, Patterns, Kelsey Ballerini, Snipe Hunter, Tyler Childers, Evangeline's Verse the Machine by Eric Church, Beautifully Broken, Jelly Roll, and Postcards from Texas, Miranda Lambert. Again, I think I listened to like 2 songs off of Patterns. Other than that, I have not. So again, can't speak on that. After that is Best American Roots Performance, Best Americana Performance, Best American Roots Song, Best Americana Album. These are things I did not listen to. Best Bluegrass Album, Best Traditional Blues Album. These are probably ones that I will want to listen to because I've been on such... Buddy Guy! Buddy Guy is nominated! Ain't Done with the Blues! He has to win. I don't know these other albums, but I'm gonna check these all out because I'm in a blues thing. I've been listening to my blues playlist. Again, Sinners does it to me. I rewatched it over Halloween. Just such a fantastic movie. I would literally rewatch it so many times. Even though there's like a solid 30 minutes where I cannot look at the screen, I would rewatch that like every other day. Such a good movie. It's insane. Like I even forgot how good it was. Unbelievable. I would 100% give this to Buddy Guy. Come on! If you don't know, Buddy Guy is Old Sammy in the movie. Then we have Best Contemporary Blues Album, Best Folk Album, Best Regional Roots Music Album. Here we go. Mi Gente Latino. Mi Gente Latino. Best Latin Pop Album. Cosa Nuestra. Raúl Alejandro. Bogata Deluxe. Andrés Cepeda. Tropico Quieta, Carol G, Cancionera, Natalia Lafourcade, y Ahora Que, Alejandro Sanz. Cosa Nuestra. Come on! Has to go to him. I'm sorry. Best Música Urbana Album, Debí Tirar Más Fotos, Bad Bunny. Mixtape, J Balvin. Ferxo Volume X is 5, I think. Sagrado by Fercho or Fade. Nakai, Nicki Nicole. UB Deluxe by Truno, Sinfónico en Vivo, Yandel. This has to go to Bad Bunny, but if it's not going to Bad Bunny, I would say Sinfónico en Vivo by Yandel because turning reggaeton into orchestra performance, brilliant. But I would assume that they would only not give this to Bad Bunny if he was gonna win Album of the Year. I think regardless, he should get both, as much as I love Yandel. So yeah. Okay. Okay. Best Latin Rock or Alternative Album. To be honest, I don't know 4 out of these 5 albums, but Astropical by Bomba Estero, Rawana, aka Astropical, is nominated, and that is my pick. That is my select for the winning. If I move, you can see the album that I have on my vinyl wall. Literally love that album. Is probably one of my top 10 of the year. I would select that one in a heartbeat. Best Música Mexicana, including Tejano. We have Mala Mia, Fuerza Regia, and Grupo Frontera. Y Lo Que Viene, Grupo Frontera solo. Sin Rodeos, Paola Jara, Palabra de Todo, Seca, Karin León. Por las Puerta Grande, En Vivo, Bobby Pulido. I would go with Palabra de Todo, Seca, because of the song with Casey Musgraves, and there's a couple other songs that he has on that album that I do like. Maybe second, Mala Mia, because Fuerza Regia, I like them. And I do have a couple songs from that. I kind of stopped listening to Grupo Frontera as a whole after the controversy, and I feel like a lot of people went the same way, so they're not as... I don't know, it's a shame because they were doing so well. And they were so huge and they were bringing Música Mexicana back to the front. I don't know. Best Tropical Latin Album. Fotografías, Ruben Blades, or Rubén Blades, Raíces, Gloria Estefan, Clásicos 1, Grupo Niche, Bingo, Alin Perez, Debut, y Segunda Tanda Volume 2 by Gilberto Santa Rosa. I'm gonna have to go with either the first or the last, but I kind of want to go the first because I saw Rubén Blades live, so. Best Global Music Performance. I actually don't know some of these, but I do want to check them out. Right off the bat, I see Ayo by Bad Bunny is nominated, so I'm gonna have to go with that one. I think that should win. Best African Music Performance. We have Love, Burna Boy, With You, Davido, Omale, Hope and Love, Eddie Kenzo, Mehran Martin, Give Me That, Era Star featuring Wizkid, and Push to Start, Tyla. If she did Shaka, then I would be a little bit like, ooh, which one? Immediately it's With You, Davido, and Omale. That song is so good. I listen to it all the time. Literally all the time. So every single day, like since 2 weeks after the album drop, when I finally like sat down and listened to it. Best Global Music Album. The only one I have listened to is No Sign of Weakness, or I guess the only one that I've listened to in full is Burna Boy's. I would go there, but there's some other good ones here. Best Reggae Album. Vybz Kartel is nominated. I've listened to singles off of all of these albums, so I have to go listen to the other one. I think Treasure of Self-Love I do really like, by Lila Ike. I think I've also listened to No Place Like Home by Jesse Royal. I guess I'm really okay with any of those winning. Best New Age Ambient or Chant Album, wouldn't be able to tell you anything there. Best Children's Music Album, again, same. Best Comedy Album, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but Jamie Foxx is nominated for What Happened Was. That might be good. Best Compilation Soundtrack for Visual Media. Ooh, okay. This is a tough one. We have A Complete Unknown, Timothée Chalamet. F1, the album, various artists. K-pop Demon Hunters, various artists. Sinners, various artists. And Wicked, various artists. It's gonna be so hard. I have to go Sinners though. As much as I like went full Wicked, I know K-pop Demon Hunters is huge. I have to go Sinners. It just does something to me. It did something to me. Best Score Soundtrack for Visual Media includes film and television, How to Train Your Dragon, John Powell, Severance Season 2, Theodora Shapiro, Sinners, Ludwig Göransson, Wicked, John Powell and Steven Schwartz, The Wild Robot, Chris Bowers. I'm gonna have to go Sinners. You surprised? You shouldn't be. Best Written Song for Visual Media. Oh, okay. Sinners is nominated 3 times for this, so it has to go to that. We have As Alive As You Need Me to Be from Tron, Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, I Lied to You from Sinners, Never Too Late from Elton John, Never Too Late, Pale Pale Moon from Sinners, and Sinners from Sinners. I'm gonna have to go with I Lied to You. Get that Grammy, Miles Can. We have Best Music Video, which is Young Lion by Sade, Man-Child, Sabrina Carpenter, So Be It by Clips, Anxiety, Doechii, and Love, OK Go. I'm gonna have to go with So Be It, I think. Best Album Cover, Pharmacopoeia, Tyler, the Creator, The Crooks, William Wellesley II, Debí Tirar Más Fotos, Bad Bunny, Glory, Perfume Genius, and Moisturizer, Wet Leg. I'm gonna have to go with Debí Tirar Más Fotos. Those 2 chairs are a little too iconic. So I guess at the end of the day, I focused on the albums that I recognized the music from, the categories that are usually televised or the most talked about. I'm kind of like, in a way, I felt like there was going to be more categories and stuff, Bad Bunny sweep or a Kendrick sweep again, that sort of thing. But it didn't really feel like that. I guess like going through it, actually, I do think Debí Tirar Más Fotos has to sweep. It has been the biggest album of the year. I don't think that really you can deny that. I mean, I've said that before plenty of times, so I don't need to go down that path again. I do think he will win. I guess I thought that Cosa Nuestra would be nominated for more, but I guess not. Definitely hope that he does win that one. I don't want to speak too much on Cosa Nuestra because coming up we have a very special episode on Cosa Nuestra Capítulo Cero. It doesn't feel as competitive as last year. Maybe that's because we don't have the Beyoncés, the Taylors, the full Billie album submissions in comparison. I feel like if anything it's more competitive in the non-pop genres or whatever. Like the overall album of the year, record of the year, competitive for sure. I feel like it's more competitive in the rap categories and the Latin categories, but also like not really. Like I feel like unfortunately everyone is probably aware that Bad Bunny will blow them out of the water in the Latin categories. That was a little reaction to the Grammy nominations. I'm sorry if it wasn't super exciting. I don't know, I was kind of expecting just to go all in Bad Bunny. I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Make sure you are following Booming with Bella on all social media, as well as subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening, whether it be on the YouTube channel or the audio somewhere wherever you get your podcast. Make sure you are subscribed and following along, and like this episode. Comment if you have any thoughts or you want to challenge any of my predictions. Go ahead. Anyways, thank you guys so much again for tuning in, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.